Hello, 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 social media world. Nina Motivates here. So super excited to be here with you all. Yes, it is time for another awesome and amazing interview of one of the authors from You Can 33 Stories to Inspire and Uplift Everyday People. Oh my gosh, y'all, I have another one of the amazing authors. You're going to love him just as much as I do. And you know what I'm getting ready to tell y'all to do. You already know. I am getting ready to tell you all to share this out to let everybody know that we are here. Let them know, let them know, let them know. I am getting ready to tag our author of the day, so that you of the hour, so that you can see who he is. You can follow him and all that other great stuff. He has so many great things that he is doing. So this is definitely someone that you want to stay connected to. Okay, you want to stay connected to him. I am now. It is it is public. So now you can not only share it out, but your comments will show in our live here. And I am tagging our author and I am sharing this out. Why? Because he needed to be shared out. He's worthy of it being shared out. And he needs his audience to see that he's live as well. And so here we go. All right, you all. All right, I see comments coming in. Hello, hello. You're looking forward to seeing him. I know he's been here supporting everybody else. So this is a great opportunity for him. I am Nina Motivates. I am the You Can coach, and I am a published author and a publisher. I help other people write and tell their stories. And so I put together a book collaboration called You Can 33 Stories to Inspire and Uplift Everyday People. So I have been coming on and interviewing all of the amazing authors that is a part of this collaboration. So I'm going to read to you Daniel's emails, his bio, so that I can bring them this awesome and amazing author on so that you can get to know about him as well. Daniel D. Talley is a motivational speaker, successful small business owner, an Amazon best-selling and award-winning author of Note to Self, Faithful Inspiration and Aspiration. Daniel was also a contributing author in God Things, Hope for the Hurting. That sounds awesome, right? Daniel is known as the Note to Self guide for his uncanny ability to give his readers food for thought about their walk with God through his blogs and books. Daniel shares what he calls poor man proverbs to inspire and provide new insights into our spiritual walk. Daniel is the creator of the Note to Self Guide YouTube channel. And if you are not following him on YouTube, you better follow him. You better follow him. Matter of fact, let me put his banner down at the bottom so that you can see his banner and you can go and click on his banner. Click on his website, shall I say, so that you can go sign up, buy his books, and everything else. Okay. Daniel is the creator of the Note to Self Guide YouTube channel. Through the use of Christian skits, he provides positive, inspiring, entertaining, yes, they're very entertaining, y'all, and funny messages that help us all grow closer in our relationship with God. A native of Detroit, Michigan, and a U.S. Air Force veteran, Daniel graduated with honors from Howard University with a BBA degree in business administration. He resides in North Carolina with his loving wife and two children. You can find him on the website below. You can also find him on YouTube at the Note to Self Guide. He has a page here on Facebook. Please go and follow Daniel D. Talley, author of the Note to Self series. This is definitely someone you should know. This is definitely someone that is awesome and amazing. And so I introduce to you, and guess you, Mr. Daniel Talley. No, Mr. Note to Self Guide.
Hey everybody, hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey,
And
hey
thank you.
Nina.
Thank you, Daria. So it's already in the comments if you
Thank you,
all are
Daria.
like, where do I
Hey
find it?
Daria.
Daria didn't hook y'all up. She didn't hook y'all up. So I have told people about you, but now it's time for you to introduce people in your very own way.
Okay, very good. Again, I'm Daniel Talley, the Note to Self guy. And first thing I want you to know about me is that I am unapologetically Christian. In other words, I love me some Jesus, right?
Come
But I
on.
also want, but I also want to tell you that take a good look at me, right? To the left, to the right, center. If you've never seen a knucklehead before, you're looking at one right here. All right. And as I begin to talk, I'm going to explain to you why it is that I am a knucklehead. So more about that in a moment. But a little bit about me. Of course, my bio has already been read, but I do want to let you all know that I just celebrated 23 years of marriage on Father's Day to this sexy young
Wow.
thing called Toria, which is my wife. I have two children. Darius, he's a senior at Hampshire College, and my daughter Wisdom will be going to my alma mater, Howard University, this fall. So I'm really, really excited about that. Air Force vet, and I own a small commercial cleaning company called Genesis Cleaning Services. Now I'm going to tell you how I got into that because there's a testimony behind that. All right, so when ever since I got out of college, all I ever wanted to do was to work for some company to be a VP of HR and make a bunch of money. That's all I ever had in mind. So God put me on that track to do that. So I was making a bunch of money and doing real well and climbing that company ladder. And then one day this guy came to me, a church member came to me and said, "Hey, Daniel, how would you like to go into business with me?" And I said, "Doing what?" He said, he stuck out his chest and he said, "The cleaning business." I looked at that dude and I said, "Look here, man, I don't like cleaning out my own toilet. What makes you think I want to clean out somebody else's poop?" Nothing wrong with doing that if you're into that kind of thing. But I'm like, I didn't go to the military and go to college to be cleaning out a toilet. But I tell you what, let me go home, pray about it, and we'll see. So wouldn't you know it, I went home and I prayed about it, and God said, "You need to do this. You need to do this." I'm looking up like, really? For what? I mean, I'm making good money at the time. Why am I going to be messing around with a toilet, right? But again, being obedient, I said, all right, I'll do it. So I told the guy, I know nothing about nothing, but I can help you because I studied, business in college and yada, yada, yada. So the next week I was in church and there was a minister on stage on the pulpit. Never met the man, knew his parents, but I did not know him. Hey, Tammy, how you doing? And he began to speak in tongues, right? And then he said, "You there, sitting on the front row." I'm looking around like, man, who is this dude talking to? And he said, "That's right, brother. I'm talking to you." And he said, "What God wants me to tell you is that a business opportunity has been offered to you, and that He has given you everything that you need in order for you to be successful. So fear not." Now, y'all check it out. The naps on the back of my head stood up because there's no way that man could have known that, right? Now, what I didn't know, fast forward 7 years into the future from that point, this high paying job, I would be unceremoniously shown the door via the old layoff, right? And during that time, my wife had gotten deathly ill, and to the point where I had to take her to the bathroom, this, that, and the other. And if it had not been for me having that cleaning business, I don't know that I would have kept, because I had flexibility, so I could take care of it. If I'd have had my regular job, then I would have wound up I probably got fired because I would have been away from work too much. So that the moral of the story here is that if God tells you something, even if you think that it makes no sense, if He's telling you something, and in the case of this knucklehead, he had to send confirmation to tell me to do it. Then we need to do it because there's a blessing in it. And from that blessing, I've been able to witness to people. I've been able to speak into the lives of people. I've been able to share my faith with people. And not only that, the book we'll talk about later, Note to Self, is a byproduct of that. And not only from the byproduct of that is the Note to Self channel, and also this opportunity to work with Nina and all of you is a byproduct of all of that as well. So anyway, that's what I do for a living when I'm not writing books and doing YouTube stuff.
Ain't he awesome already, y'all? Look at the Lord. I mean, divine connections and just God is just awesome. So it has already been a joy having you a part of the You Can Tribe and things like that. Congratulations, 23 years.
Thank you.
Married?
And hey, for the fellas listening out there, listen, if you want to stay married 23 years, brothers, it's pretty simple. 98% of the time, just give her what she wants. Just shut your mouth. Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. And just go roll with the flow. Only open up your mouth when it's something that's really, really important. Otherwise, just shut up.
Y'all hear that? You hear that? All ladies gonna start tagging their boobs right now. Thank you for that. Where did the name Note to Self Guide come from?
Well, it came from because, and this kind of leads into the book a little bit. So about 9 years ago, God began to talk to me. He began to give me these little inklings, which I coined poor man's proverbs. And basically, these are things that make you think about your relationship with God. And so I began when I would get these things, I would put them on social media, and I would always put the caption "Note to Self," because it's just something that just came to me. And unbeknownst to me, a lot of people would call me up and say, "Hey, man, I don't know where you're getting this stuff from, but this stuff is pretty cool. It is actually, it was just what I needed to hear that day." And then people started calling me, "Hey, note to self, guy." So it just kind of stuck, basically. So
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And if you all have not checked out his YouTube channel, you are missing out. Period. You're missing out. I need you after this interview to go over to YouTube, subscribe to his page, and type in Note to Self Guide. You're gonna see his videos, and then make sure you subscribe to his page. You're
ring that
gonna want to
bell.
watch his videos. They are so real. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell a little bit, but then I want you to tell a little bit about what people
Okay.
can expect from your YouTube page and
Okay.
your videos. Everybody's so caught up on all the famous people. If you love Tyler Perry, you're gonna love him. If you don't love Tyler Perry, you're gonna love him. Why? Because from my own personal experience of watching his shows, he take real life situations, real life questions, and things that normal people, everyday people, may think about, and add biblical principles to them, and makes it funny at the same time. Like they are amazing videos. So I definitely want each and every one of you to run over to his YouTube channel, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and watch his videos and share them with somebody else. Because there's someone that may not be able to understand the scripture in the King James version, or different versions, but they can watch something and they can say, that helps me understand it better. And so we need to help people help themselves. So did I do a good job at advertising, or would you like to say more about your YouTube
Uh,
channel?
you did a great job. Just like to add a couple more things. The YouTube channel, as Nina said, it's I'm really really excited about that, and it's actually born from my book Note to Self, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit later. But basically, the Note to Self Guy YouTube channel, what I do is that I take everyday problems, situations, or sin, and I act them out in a skit form. So sometimes I could be dressed as a woman. But when I am, unlike Tyler Perry, I don't look like an old maid. I try to be a little sexy if I can, right? All right. So I can be dressed like a woman, an old maid, and an old pimp. I can be anything, right? And I tackle real life situations like deadbeat dads, plenty of them out there, right? I talk about what happens if you got a pain in the neck mother-in-law. Many of us got some of those out there, right? I talk about what happens if somebody cheats on you and you have a hard time forgiving them. So I talk about real life stuff that people deal with every single day. What about if you got a boss that's a pain in the neck? How can you work with someone like that? You know, should Christians drink? Should Christians gamble? Everyday real life stuff. And I take these things, act them out, and then the Note to Self Guide, which is my alter ego, I come in and I give rather brief scripture relative to that particular topic. And then the folks that are in the skit, they take that information, they take that scripture and they use it to solve their problem. So what I'm trying to show people is that God's book, God's Bible, God's manual for living, or love note to mankind. It's not just a book that should be on the shelf, people. It is a book that has answers in it, and equally as important as those answers, if we would just use them and apply them to our lives, life does not have to be so doggone difficult. It really doesn't have to be. So what I try to do is to put it in a real simplistic form that everybody can understand, even if you're a Christian or not a Christian. It doesn't matter, because again, from the standpoint of getting some sort of understanding as to how you can get through certain situations, it's a good thing. And as I said, it's always entertaining, always positive, and sometimes it's funny, although there are some serious ones in there as well. But anyway, you'll get a chance to see me do all kind of stuff, and you may say, that man is a fool, and you know what, you would halfway be right. Sorry, he's popping out my head.
No, that is okay. That is okay. So if you are on Facebook, Daria is tagging. She's posting. Thank you, Daria,
Thank
so
you,
much.
Daria. Thank you, Daria.
You all have all the links to make it very easy for you just to click on this, subscribe, and share. subscribe, and all of that other good stuff. So it's there for you. Now, before we even get into the book, we might as well continue on. We're talking about the Note to Self guide. The book, since you talked about the YouTube channel, let's go ahead and talk about the book. That tells you that he's not a first time author, you guys. So tell us about your books and the things that you already have.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So again, the book is called Note to Self, Faithful Inspiration and Aspiration. And basically, this is a book that God, and this is where this knucklehead stuff comes in. That I was talking about you earlier. That I was telling you earlier. 9 years ago, God began to give me these little, sayings or poor man's proverbs, and then eventually he told me, Daniel, I want you to write. I want you to put this together, and I want you to write a book. So, being the proud Christian man that I am, and I'm sure none of you have ever done this, I told God, Lord, I ain't got time to write your book. I'm busy, right? And I meant it when I said it, right? So he said again, Daniel, write my book. And again, I had the gall, the audacity to say to the Lord, I don't have time to write your book. So he said, all right, buddy, I'll fix your wagon. You don't want to write my book? I'm going to stop giving you this stuff. So he began to wing these things off. And at that point, I got a little bit scared because by nature, I'm the kind of person who likes to help people. And I knew that these poor man's proverbs were actually helping, was actually helping people. So now God had turned off the spigot. So now I couldn't help anybody. So I
Wow.
said, you know what, Lord, okay, I get it. I will write your book. So I wrote the book within a short period of time. And then, of course, I'm driving home one day from work down a dark road, dodging deer. And, old doubt creeps in, as he often likes to do, right? Doubt creeps in and says, man, I don't know why you're spending all your money writing this book. You don't even know if you're going to sell one copy. So I then petitioned the Lord, listening to that garbage. I then petitioned the Lord and said, Lord, am I just wasting my time writing this book? And for those of you who know the Lord, who really, really know him, when he talks to you, you know that's him talking to you, right? He says to me, Daniel, I'm the one that gave you the contents of the book, didn't I? I said, yes, sir, you certainly did. And then he said, Daniel, your book will be very successful. Now, how you define success and how I define it are two totally different things. So at that point, I shut my mouth and just kept driving. And then he said to me, oh, by the way, whatever money this book makes, give it away. And I looked at him like,
Wow.
what? Give it away, man. You want me to spend my money, and then you want me to give the money away? That's right. Give it away. And so he said, well, you can pick whatever charities you want. That's up to you. So I picked Howard University as I'm going to send money back, sending money back for scholarships. I picked my church, of course, and then I'm drawing a blank here, but anyway, Shayla's World, which is a local organization that helps people with disabled children. And then what's the heart people? Good gosh, I can't remember. But the people that help help kids with the hearts.
Okay.
Geez, I should not answer. But anyway, I'll think about it. And amen. It's really, really big. But anyway, those are the charities that I give the money to. So that's how this came about. And then what's unique about the book, I'll tell you just a little bit about the book. The book is about the value of life, but more specifically at its core, it is a book that reads like the book of Proverbs. And it makes you think about your relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, you've been living with yourself all your life. Who knows you better than you other than God, right? We can fool everybody else, but we can't fool ourselves because we know. So I'm gonna give you just read a couple of these things in there so you can understand what's in it. First of all, it's called Note to Self because if you look in there, you can actually write notes in the book, almost like it's a journal, right? So some of the things that are in there is, and this is probably my favorite one, and it goes like this: does your brand of Christianity give Jesus a black eye? Does your brand of Christianity give Jesus a black eye? Now think about it. When Jesus is here, what did he represent? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. Now then the question then becomes, now what am I doing in relation to what Jesus did when he was here? What kind of a Christian am I? Am I displaying? Am I showing these things every day? Another one that's in there, and this one's more for children, which is call me stupid, call me crazy, but I ain't stupid, said the chicken who was invited to the KFC convention. Note to self, not every opportunity that is offered to you is for you. All right. Now that's one for the kids. Here's one for the fellas. Now I'm gonna read this. It says, for fathers with a daughter or daughters, if your baby girl or girls grew up to marry a man just like you, would you be pleased? Believe it or not, your example is setting the stage. Now, fellas, when you read something like that there, you begin to think about, well, maybe she might be all right with a guy like me now, but not the 21-year-old version of me. But anyway, it makes you think about what kind of a man, what kind of example, what kind of a father have you been for your daughter? See, it keeps coming out. All right. Sorry about that, guys. And then the last one I want to read to you. I can't leave out the ladies since I love ladies so much. This one's for the ladies, and this one says, for the ladies, if he is morally bankrupt, don't waste your time with him. If he is truly a man who loves the Lord, opportunity may await you. God loves you. He wouldn't send you garbage, right? And ladies, you begin to think about the guys that you're dealing with. Some of them may be legit. Some of them may be knuckleheads. But again, only you know because you've been the one dealing with them. So that's kind of what the book's about. It makes you think about yourself.
That was awesome. So, can people get it from your website, from Amazon?
It's really, the book is all over the place. I mean, you can go to my website and get it. You can go to Amazon and get it. You can go to Barnes and Noble. I think even Walmart. You can go on Walmart.com. It's all over the place, so you can find it anywhere. And actually, go to Amazon because right now Amazon got it dirt cheap. They got this thing. This thing's normally like $12. They got it for like less than $4. So not only buy one, you can buy four of them for the price of one.
Because I definitely would like to buy. I was sitting here like I'm gonna buy two of those, so me and
But they're real cheap.
somebody can read it together
Yep.
and enjoy it together and go through it together. It is awesome. So I'm going to get mine. I want you all to go and get yours too.
Get it while
Thank
it's
you
cheap.
so much for sharing all of that with us and with the audience. Now let's get into you as an author in 33 stories to uplift and inspire everyday people. Can you let the audience know your chapter title as well as what they can expect from your chapter and why they should read it?
Well, what's interesting about this is now, Nina, I have not, obviously, I haven't seen anybody else's work, so I have no idea what people have written. I mean, obviously, I've listened to many of the interviews, and interesting enough, I think that my chapter kind of fits in. I mean, it's probably slightly different than everybody else's, but it's from a high level. It hits it from a different perspective, and I don't want to give too much, but the title is called "Why Me? Am I God's Champion?" Why me? Am I God's champion? Now, let's be real here. I don't care who you are. You and you and you, we all got problems. Every last one of us. Now, my problem may not be your problem. Your problem may not be my problem. Maybe your problem is my problem 10 years from now. But the fact of the matter is that we all got problems. Trials and tribulations, we all get them. Now, the question then becomes, how are we going to handle, or how are we going to deal with those trials and tribulations? My chapter addresses it from the standpoint of, how do you handle these things? And by handling them, you can show God what you're made of. You can show him, in fact, if you are one of his champions, or if you're not. Are you a man or are you a mouse, so to speak? Because what we learn is that by getting through trials and tribulations in our lives, two things happen. There are some rewards that you get on this side of life, but Lord have mercy, there's big time rewards that you get on the other side of life. So I just talk about these things from a very high level, but it just kind of gets you to start thinking about the opportunity, looking at problems as opportunities to show God what you're working with. That's what it's about.
So y'all know that's going to be power packed, and I hope you are already preparing to connect with this awesome and amazing author so you can get a copy, because that chapter is, all the chapters are so amazing, and everybody has written different things and come from different ways. And so I just want to take a moment to say thank you for your yes. Thank you so much for saying yes to being a part of this book. Thank you for saying yes and not being slow to the draw. You did your investigations and you said, you know what, I want to be a part. So I thank you for seeing the God in me and trusting me with a part of your story and sharing your story with the world is definitely something that people need to hear, and it's definitely something that's going to bless many, many, many people. So again, thank you so very much. I so appreciate it.
Welcome.
Okay, so what did make you say yes to this particular collaboration? What made you say, you know what, I can do? I can put a little trust in that young lady and be a part of this collaboration.
Well, Nina, to be honest, and I'm being totally honest here, I found out about you through YouTube. I was just playing around one night doing nothing, and then somehow I came across one of your videos. And I really can't explain it, but I was really drawn to you as the person, drawn to the spirit that dwells within you. And I thought to myself, self, there's something very unique about that young lady. I don't really know what it is, but there's something very unique with her, and she's somebody that you should try to connect with. So then, when I saw you, of course, saw you on Facebook, and became friends with you and all that. And then when I saw the opportunity that you were looking for authors, I thought, this is an opportunity for me to work with her. And so I was really, really excited about that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that, you know, as I said, I'm a person who likes to help people. That's just who I am, right? So this was an opportunity to, in some little small way, to try to help, people. So that's something I want to do. And then the third thing is that an opportunity for me to network with other authors. And from listening to these interviews, lady, let me tell you, salute. You have done your homework, because you got some bad people on this list. I mean, these folks right here. I mean, there are some very, very accomplished people, and many of them are like Sassy Nay. She's just a breath of fresh air. Every time I look at her, I'm thinking to myself, that woman is, she's just like a ray of sunshine every time I listen to her talk. So my point is that you have a lot of dynamite people here, and I don't know what the book looks like, because again, I've only seen my little small contribution, but I'm looking forward to reading it, because I'm sure it's going to be some great things. And then, of course, the last thing is that, which is really the first thing, God gave me the green light and said, you know what, dude, go ahead and do that. Go do this.
Thank
Let's
you,
do this.
Lord. Thank you, Daddy. And I am very grateful and thankful to him. And he handpicked, like, literally, I know for a fact that he handpicked each and every one of you all. And for that, I'm so forever grateful. And everybody is different. And don't worry, you all will get to see the book before anybody else. So I'm still waiting on the edits to come back. And as soon as they come back and everything is together, I will be first sending it to you all through you see every moment. So that would be awesome. Thank you so much, Daria. Yes, everybody has totally blown my mind and things like that. So I absolutely love it. Now, this is an opportunity that I love, because this is the part where we get a little fun. Gotta have a little fun every time you connect with somebody. So at this moment, can you share something interesting, fun, or something about yourself that has nothing to do with all the work?
Okay, well, a couple quick things. One, I'm ambidextrous. I can write with both hands, primarily left-handed, but I write with both hands. But enough about that. Since we are in this crazy world right now, and the world needs more love, I'm gonna tell you about a story where the scripture tells us that we should love our neighbor. So back it up about 25 years, when I was in the military. Actually, it's probably longer than that. In the military, in basic training. So I'm in basic training with this Eskimo. Right now, I'm from Detroit. I'm from the hood, Detroit. Man, I ain't never seen no Eskimo before. So when I met this dude, I was excited, because I'm like, wow, I get a chance to talk to a dude about what it's like to be an Eskimo. Hey man, what is it like to live in an igloo? I mean, this is what I'm thinking, right? So I go up to this dude, and I try to befriend him, and then he says to me, he said, "Man, look here, I don't like black people." And I'm
Wow.
thinking to myself, "You don't like black people?" I said, "Well, why don't you like black people?" He said, "I'm just telling you, I don't like black people." And then I looked at him, and I looked at him, and then I said, "Well, brother, can't be many of us up there. So what do you mean you don't like black people? I mean, how many black people do you know?" Right? So when he made it known that he didn't like black people, I just kind of left him alone. Right? So a couple of days later, I'm gonna mention the race because it's important for the story. He gets into an argument with a white guy, strong, buff white guy, and this Eskimo is a little bitty small guy, right? So the white guy picks this Eskimo up, grabs him by the throat, picks him up, starts, choking him, and his little legs are dangling like this here, right? And the guy, the Eskimo, begins to turn red, blue. Yeah, he begins to turn colors, and the other guys were around there, sort of egging it on, choking, right? So I saw the guy was in pretty bad shape. So I went over there and I got the white guy to let the guy go. So he let him go. The Eskimo fell to the ground. And after the color got back in his face, I went on to him and I said, "Man, are you okay?" He looks at me and he says, "Why did you do that?" I said, "Why did I do what? Why did you help me?" He said, and so I said to him, "Brother, it seems like to me you kind of needed the help." And then he says to me, "Didn't I tell you I don't like black people?" I said, "Yeah, I heard what you said, man. But just because you don't like black people uh, is not a reason for me to let you sit up here and get yourself killed." Now, I don't know what you know I don't know what you know about black people, but look here. As far as this black person is concerned, whatever that stereotype is that you have in your head, I'm not it. And maybe you'll learn that all black people are not what you think they are. So I share this story only because if we're going to get rid of racism, people, we got to do it within our own within our own little sphere of control. So in this case, one little small incident, but I hope that that in some way I helped to change this guy's mind. Now, whether I did or not, I do not know. But we have an opportunity whenever there's an opportunity to sort of educate somebody and get them to see that we're all God's children. Then we should jump on an opportunity.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That was a very interesting story, and thank you for sharing it with us. So I feel like you've already done this, but why not still do it again? There's a point in the episode where I always ask the authors to inspire the audience in your own way. Let them get a little taste of the note to self guide.
Okay, remember, Nina, you asked for it, so I'm gonna give it to you. So the name of our book that we are all collaborate, the name of the book that we're all
Yes.
collaborating on is called You Can, right? You Can. So listen up, because I'm talking to and especially you, right? You can basically means that greatness is in your DNA. You heard me. Greatness is in your DNA. Now, what does that mean? Now, DNA is the carrier of genetic material. Now, when God created everything else in this world, He said, "Let there be light." Boom, there was light. He said, "Let there be this, let there be that," and the stuff just showed up. Not so with mankind. With mankind, He formed. This is Genesis 2, chapter 2, verse 7. He formed mankind from the dust of the ground, and He breathed into the nostrils of mankind. Now, you know what that is, people? That is the transferring of DNA. That's what that is. And in addition to that, He already told us earlier that I am making man in our own image. So something in His
Yes.
own image, and then now He's breathing into your nostrils. You got to be something special if He's going to do something special for us that He didn't do for anybody else. So don't you ever let anybody tell you that you are not great. That there is not greatness in you. And Nina, one of the things that I love about you, even though you may have been born with that disability, you do not let that hold you back. You walk around here like this is your turf, because honey, it is. And there is greatness in you, and people will see greatness in you because you have taken what God has given you, and honey, you are working it, right? And all of us, we should, whatever God has given you in this life, each one of us got different skills, different talents. We should work that thing to give God glory, because in fact, He's the one who gave it to us. And remember, going back to the chapter that I wrote about, are you God's champion? How are you going to be God's champion if you punking out? Just a question. That is all.
Listen, you got me over here almost in tears. If you were not inspired, something wrong. You need to go watch this about 3 or 4 more times and make sure you get that point. I love how you just took that and broke that down. Oh my god, like you empowered me. I feel like I can go on and continue to do all the other stuff that I have to do today. Like thank you so much. So if that did not show you, I know Wade Daria, when he said that, I was like, you better say it. I had to hold my tongue so that I don't interrupt his interview. I'm like, glory to God, glory to God. We can't plunk out. We gotta go for it. We gotta make sure we're living in and out our purpose. Oh my goodness, this has definitely filled me up today, and I needed it. I needed that burst of energy. I had coffee at around 3 o'clock p.m. Yeah,
Mhm.
3 o'clock p.m. I had some coffee. And so I was like, okay, I still need a little more energy because, we sometimes do so many things in a day and my day ain't nearly over. However, you just gave me what I needed to just get through the rest of the night. So thank you so much. Kiana Nicole, thank you for joining in. That is the
Oh,
mother to one of our authors, and she's the
awesome.
creator of QJ Creations. She made my
Oh,
earrings. So every
cool.
time y'all see me
Cool.
with earrings on in all these episodes,
Cool, 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 cool.
it comes from QJ Creations. It's not just me. Oh, Facebook wants. There you go. We needed this, Daniel. We needed this. Okay. So please
Well,
don't miss
good.
this. You all connect with Daniel. Connect with him today. He is tagged in here. People on that's watching this via YouTube, because this will be uploaded to YouTube as well. Connect. Go out of this live and type in Note to Self Guide and check out his videos. It is amazing. You want to connect with him. That sermon was quick, sir. Wasn't ready for the benediction just yet. Come on. I
Well,
thought you were going to keep on going, right? But
can
that's
I
why you all have to connect with him.
can I give you one last thing? I would like to give everybody who's watching this a free gift. And if you're like me, because I'm basically a cheapskate, I like, free is always my price, right? So anybody that goes to my website, all you have to do is put in your first name and then put in your email address, and it will automatically send you a gift. And what this gift is, it is called How to Grow Your Faith Over the Next 30 Days. It's a personal testimonial about me. There's something in there that's about me that you all don't know. And for some who may have been inflicted with that particular issue that I had, it will be an inspiration to them. But not only that, it really, if you follow these things, people, it can really help to make you a better Christian. And remember, I'm a straight up knucklehead, and if God can do, if he can do something with somebody like me, Lord Jesus, there's help for everybody out there, right? So go
And
get that free
listen,
gift.
I signed up for my free gift. I'm just waiting on it to hit my email. I get it earlier, so I'm just waiting on it to come through my email, y'all. So look, I went and checked now while he was talking. Like, did it come to my email yet? So make sure that you all go to these websites, support these authors, because everything that they are doing, everything that they talk about is it. I would not have them on this platform if I did not think that God approved. Okay. And so you all have been blessed by Daniel today. He's already offering a free gift from his website. Soon as you type in his website, it pops right up, so you don't have to go look for it. And you can go ahead and put your name and email address in there, and then go get the book. Now, Daniel, I'm gonna have you whenever you have time. Go to. I couldn't find it on Amazon myself, so if you can go grab it from Amazon and put that exact Amazon link to Note to Self, the
Yeah,
book, to the
yeah.
paperback book. The Kindle version is coming up, but I want the paperback book.
Okay.
If you
Well,
can put
actually,
the in the comments.
I can do that, but even when you go to the website, the Kindle version comes up. If you there within the Kindle version, if you look there, it says book version. There's just a little tab. You click on the tab, and the book shows up. Because right now, the book only costs like $1 more than the Kindle version. So now is a great time to
Wow.
get it.
So
But I
nobody
will
has
put in a link.
listen. We none of us have an excuse. We all can go and get it. I don't know about you, but I'm going to get my copy. So I hope you go get your copy too. I'm going to get a few copies because I'm excited to read it, and I'm sure you all are as well. How to grow your faith in the next 30 days. Who can't use that? Tell me a person who
Thank
can't
you,
use that.
Daria.
We all can use that. Daria, I am going to hire you as our personal assistant in 1 minute, okay? You are getting yourself a job. But again,
Hmm.
Daniel, I want to thank you so very much for tuning in, for coming on, for taking time out of your busy schedule to allow me to interview you, and for blessing all of us, because you have definitely blessed us on this day and how you have motivated us and inspired us. You all make sure you connect with Daniel. Again, if you're on my YouTube channel, please go over to his YouTube channel. Note to Self Guy, watch his video, subscribe to his channel, connect with him, and I promise you will not be disappointed. Daniel, any last words before we go?
Hey, just want to say to you all out there, again, I'm starting to realize God's second greatest command, which is love thy neighbor. Look at the world today and you'll understand why he told us to love our neighbor. And unfortunately, we're making a mess of it. So go out there, love somebody, tell them you love them. And for those of you who are in the household of faith, recognize this: you are representatives of the King. And as I said with my first poor man's proverbs, think about: does your brand of Christianity, is your brand of Christianity giving Jesus a black eye? Only you can answer that question. Love you
Wow.
all.
We love you all. We thank you all so very much. You all, I will be back at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with another awesome, amazing author. As you all see, these continue to get amazing and amazing. Listen, if you want some more fuel, come back later tonight. And again, Daniel, thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
you
Thank
all
you.
go get the book. Go get the book. And look forward to supporting him in the next book that is coming out in August 1st. So note to self, guys, thank you. And to all of
Thank
our
you.
viewers, thank you too. We love you all. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody. Bye.